We are going to talk about higher education in Georgia. We have current student who studies in medicine here. We have an alumni who finished her master's degree here, and we have a representative from quality
Office
department.
Yeah.
From Tbilisi State University. We're going to discuss the competitiveness of Georgia in international higher education market and experience of students here and so on and so forth. So, hi.
Hello.
Hello. So basically, maybe just like cut the chase and just let's start. So, why did you guys decide to study in Georgia? What were the reasons?
Let me start because I think I have a longer story.
I don't know. Okay, I moved to Georgia almost 5 years ago. I always was interested in Caucasus. And after covering, for my first profession, I'm a journalist. I finished the bachelor in Lithuania. So I was covering 2008 war between Georgia and Russia. And I was really interested in how so small region has so many conflicts inside. So I'm from generation which traveling a lot. So it was really boring to stay in Lithuania when you are 20 and something, and or go to Europe. So many of my friends and me also, we moved, voluntary services, studies and different stuff, just moved to different parts of the world, not Europe, like we understand European values, European lifestyle and different stuff. So someone moved to Africa, someone moved to Yugoslavia, someone moved to Russia, and I chose Georgia. So I moved to western part of the Georgia, to Zugdidi, where actually Abkhaz conflict. And I was working for 2.5 years there. So I was really interested in Caucasus. And I understood that it's not enough for me to work 3 years in Georgia, and I really I got an understanding how people live and what conflict is and what is the Caucasus like from practical part, but I needed a theoretical part, how it happened to be, and more history and culture and different part of this science maybe. So I just got to know that in Tbilisi there is some studies in Tbilisi State University, Caucasiology, and it was a master degree, full-time degree, and it was really interesting because it was going really deeply in the topic, and it was Russian language sector. And the second main language is Russian. So I just thought, okay, let's try that. And it appeared that I'm alone on my course, and I had time, like okay, a full-time master, and I really wanted to study because it would last like 5 years after bachelor, and I had really energy to study, to read books and stuff. So I was alone, and 2 years it was more like discussion style studying, because like I was a professor in different literature and theory. So I'm really happy with my studies.
And what's your story there?
Oh, my story. My story began back in time. Actually, the reason I chose Georgia is because of I think my situation as a Middle Easterner, trying to get accepted abroad and trying to get a visa is always difficult. Well, I think probably for obvious reasons. And Georgia used to have easy visa and rules to get here, and I got accepted in schools here, and I studied here. Basically, also my degree kind of also restricted the universities that I get accepted worldwide, not just in Georgia. And some of the schools here did reject me, and some accepted me, and I chose Caucasus International from the ones that accepted me, and I am so far happy with it.
And you study medicine.
I study medicine, yes, first
And-
year.
And how long will your studies last here?
The program is a 6-year program so far, and who knows, maybe in 2 years they change something, extend it, because I think some schools here have a 7-year program, and yeah, so.
So, can you, Marta, can you tell us maybe about Tbilisi State University? Do they have a lot of students from outside of Georgia?
Suppose we have many students at our university, but the problem is that we have not got quota enough to accept more. Applicants are many students apply at our university, but the university is unable to accept all of them. That's the problem. That's the challenge.
And from which countries do you have? Let's say, let's talk about international applicants. Both in Tbilisi State University and in Geomedi in one.
Geomedi, yeah.
Because you are a dean in
Yeah.
So, from which countries do people apply?
Usually most students apply from Iraq. Iraqi students and mostly
In both, in Geomedi and in
Geomedi. I don't know, really I'm not in charge of these cases because I'm working at the quality assurance office and the foreign students deals educational department. They know exactly from which countries usually more students apply.
I will ask them later. So what does your quality insurance department do? I mean, what is your...
Deal with program accreditation, with the quality of assurance, supervise how the programs are delivered, and meet students' applications if there is something wrong, and like this.
And so now, where do you see Georgia in an international market of education? I mean, quality-wise, how would you evaluate the quality of studies? Like, let's say in TSU or in general in Georgia.
It depends. It depends. So I can't. It's difficult to rank the universities because it is not be the objective. Yeah, I can't tell and can't range the universities.
I have what to say. As I know, it depends really on the program inside the entire university. For my profession, for example, for specialty of coccozoology, it is really, how to say, narrow profession. Yeah. So it's really good to be a coccozoology specialist. In Germany, USA, Lithuania, whatever, in every country you are really
Independent.
Yeah, and you are so a specialist who is in a narrow area, really in only this area, really deep looking into this area, and. But we do not have in our faculty really good facilities or something like that. It was flat, just simple flat, not in university. It was flat. One of the profession who was the academic like 50 years ago, and he left his flat for university. So it was really old library, few computers and few tables, not more. But professors, lecturers, they were really high professionalists. They were like, I say it was really high academic degree of them. But I have heard of Ilya Uni or somewhere else. Like it really depends on the program. Maybe facilities are good and great, and they use media. In Juba, for example, they use really radio programs, broadcasting media, but literature and deeper looking is from Wikipedia or somewhere like this. When you need to read articles which are not from like
Yeah.
literature, like from
Okay. So, yeah, so basically what you say, it's some programs are better here and some are just.
Yeah.
Mhm. And so what could be, because at the moment, what I see in Georgia is that the strongest players in the international students market are the medical universities, right? Would you agree with that, right? So do you see any other places or programs that other, I don't know, like apart from medicine, what else could Georgia offer, in your opinion?
It's business administration, mostly business administration.
Yeah, but this business administration is really popular in Europe. In every university in Lithuania, for example, every third is business administrator or management or juridical faculty. It's really
It's for
broad.
general profession and you
Yeah.
can apply
Yeah.
at any office.
I would think that as far as international students,
Mhm.
because the tuition fees are cheaper here in comparison to other countries. That's why the medical faculty for internationals is a big market, because everybody's like, oh, I can basically for 1 or 2 years, like in the States, I can pay for the whole program here. And I think also in ways that life expenses here are not as expensive as anywhere else, and it just helps financially to come here and study. And basically, you are still accredited by the WHO organization, so you're accredited in many places. Plus, you can get the U.S. Medical license exam as well. So financially, that's why medical school is strong, and as a profession, it's also lucrative. No, not brings money. You have to say good.
Yeah.
I forgot the word, but the income, the paycheck is good when you go. Like if I go back to Saudi Arabia, like my initial paycheck as a practitioner will be, really good.
So why did you not just stay in Saudi Arabia to study medicine there?
Well, to go back to tell like I have to go back. I had to drop out from high school to join the army so I could support my family. And then, because I was explaining earlier, I was in the army and that my job is demanding. Plus, I was the oldest and my father was dead, so I was also taking care of my family. Plus, I was married and I had kids. Plus, I was in the Saudi national track and field team, so I was always somewhere and not have time to get through the year school program to get my high school. So I had to get my GED, which is not accredited in Saudi Arabia. So I had to get accepted somewhere outside. And it was not easy because most countries require the SAT test or the ACT test, which I had to get from the States. And it was difficult in many places to get, including my country. So my option was to go abroad. And Georgia was one of the options that I'm here now. So yeah, probably I'm not sure I'll probably transfer my credits back to my country. It's still free for me there, but I'm about to just finish my program here, get better experience, use English more, and it's going to be an overall improvement to me.
So what is the hardest part of being an international student in Georgia? Like is you where you now are?
I don't know how it is in different universities, but in Jalakishvili State University, so there is no possibility to get any grant, not grant like scholarship. If you're like, okay, I have really good marks, I was the best student in my faculty, but I didn't have chance to have possibility to have scholarship. Georgians, they have this. If you have some marks like under like only A and B marks, okay, you have this every month payment, something like that. But I didn't have possibility because I'm foreigner.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. Like people like, oh, can I get scholarships? And said not for foreigners at the moment.
So you need to pay and to pay like it's not affordable. And also for me it was really bureaucracy. I hate this stuff because it's only in Georgian. And everything you need to do is electronic version. Like you need to choose your classes and different stuff, but everything is in Georgian. They have a really good program, electronic version of this program. Yeah, and every student has a like personal database inside, and you could read everything, and you could communicate, and you could like I don't know, take library and books, but everything is in Georgian. So it's really hard if you are trying to make it open for foreigners. Just do it in English, for example. It's really hard.
Yeah, like in GeoMedi, it's also programs in English, right?
We put one program, medical doctors program in English.
So is there a big demand of that role? A lot of people applying?
Not yet, because we are accredited only for a year. And we put on 4 students. But really, we hope that there will be many students at our faculty.
And how much can you get in at once?
It was 4 students, but we are waiting for at least 6, 8 students, but they couldn't arrive.
And why?
There were problems with the visas.
And what, they did not get them, or?
No, they couldn't get their visas.
Okay. And then what else I wanted to ask? So apart from visas, any other, I don't know, challenges that?
Challenges with the recognition of the educational documents. It takes some time because you must apply at the office of how it's called in English.
You can say in Georgian.
Service.
Quality.
განათლების ხარისხის განვითარების ეროვნული ცენტრი. განათლების ხარისხის განვითარების quality enhancement, Georgian Center of Quality Enhancement, based in Georgia, in English, and you must apply there, submit your documents, educational documents, you know.
I know that, and it's also a problem because if you are, I was in Georgia, for me it was easy to take the documents by hand, like, I come and I give
And
the
for
documents.
those who are
Outside the country, it's impossible.
Right.
And always they are late, as the Georgians do. So they say, in 10 days, in working days, come and take this. You come, you have this list, in 10 days, but nobody is caring about that. More, 10 days more, 5 days more, it's really bureaucratic.
I was there 3 years ago.
Well,
I recognized your documents of foreigners, and you must apply first. You must check these documents and write the recognition, and after this, these documents are sent to the ministry. And there is a commission there. I was a member of this commission, and there we looked through these documents and checked them and approved.
So how long does it take for a foreign student to hold this application process then? If you have to go through all these different steps?
For me, it took 2 months.
Oh wow.
From June, I applied in June. In the end of August, I had an answer that you accepted this year.
Because you must send the request to the educational institution or to the ministry to get approval that this document was really issued by this organization, this educational institution, and that identify the level of education. And after this, you write the document, the recognition of this document, and all the documents of the students are sent then
Left.
to the ministry.
Sorry for reading it, this was really trouble. Oh,
Yeah, we're talking.
oh, I,
Yeah. Yeah, just take a seat and hi.
who's the one?
Nice to meet you, Amiga. So,
And the commission then did make its decision.
and then another question for you would be, so basically for a lot of students, for foreign students to apply, you kind of have to have programs either in English or at least in Russian language, right? So are there, in your knowledge, in your opinion, are there more, I mean, is there more and more programs that would be registered, like just taught in English language or just, or not? For example, in TSO, do you register new, like, courses in English or?
Really not. We put some programs, very rare, really very rare cases of Russian programs. We have now, but English programs, we have got some English programs. I didn't know whether someone wants to apply at the, for the accreditation of any English program.
And why is there like no teachers for the programs or?
Mostly apply private universities because they try to meet the requests and the market requests. If someone asks for some special program, they just try to prepare and apply for the accreditation.
So we have another person
Yeah.
here.
Late person.
Yeah. So hi, Mustafa.
Hi,
So where are you from actually?
I'm from Iraq,
You're from
physically.
physically. You're studying in which university?
Caucasian University, dentistry faculty.
So and why did you decide to come to Georgia to study?
Okay, it was being a kind of like coincidence. My friend is here, I was in India with him for, and I decided to do like a new beginning. I said, join me to Georgia, I like it here. And I came here, it's okay, it's nice.
Okay. And so in which year of studies are you?
I'm first semester, it's August I came here.
Okay. And so how do you like it so far? Would you know?
Okay, because I would compare it with, I lived in India for 3 years. Georgia is kind of really quiet compared to India, and it's really, there's not much places to go.
Yeah.
Other people, they don't speak much English here.
And education.
Oh, the
wise,
education,
yeah.
it's really good. I really like the program they're using here. Even, like, the teachers, they don't have really that much perfect English, but really, I really like their study. Yeah, it's perfect. I like it.
So,
As a beginning, yes. I don't know what's going on heading for in the future.
and so how long will your program?
5 years.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. And so did you, when you were choosing universities, did you, just choose one
No,
specific
I got
one,
two
or just-
options. Tbilisi University and Caucasian University. But at the time I came here, there was no admissions for Tbilisi University, so I decided for Caucasian University.
So you first came here, then you applied, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so, and what about your visa?
Now we are really stuck in this, because I really have no idea how to start and how to finish it. I don't know where I'm gonna apply. I'm hearing every day there's an option, you can apply here and you can apply online, you have to go to Ankara, because especially we don't have an embassy in Iraq, or you have to go to Jordan, because it's kind of, neighbors countries you can apply. And we don't know where to apply and how do we get it. Really. It's, I don't know. Hopefully it's gonna be solved soon, because this is really, even we got an option, if the government didn't give you a visa, your fee of admission, the college fees are gonna be returned for you, and this is really,
Yeah.
I'm gonna study, maybe they will return for me the money, and I will leave Georgia. This is really, not hope. I don't know, I have to say about it, but I came before August, that's the point, make me feel, okay, okay, you have 6 or 7 months again more, and
Yeah. Yeah, because Marka here, she is dean of Geomedi University, and they said that they waiting for like 4 Iraqi students.
For us.
Yeah, because and they are still stuck in Iraq and trying to get their visas sorted. So
yeah, I have many friends that have the same problem.
yeah. So are there many like people from let's say from Middle East coming to study in Georgia?
Okay.
If you include Turkey as in the Middle East, there's a lot of Turks here, but I see the dominance of Iraqis. I seem to be the only Saudi. So far, I haven't met any other from the Gulf countries. I think I've seen a Syrian girl.
I know
I
Syria.
have met a lot of Indians.
But not Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
You'll be stereotypical now. That's funny. So yeah, majority of Iraqis come here to school, but the rest of the Middle East is kind of like one in.
They're
Oh, I
about
think-
to do spring, you know, did you heard about the Arabian spring? So it is.
Yeah. So why do people actually choose Georgia to come? Just because of we're talking what like fees or
No. Okay, I'll tell it frankly, really frankly, about the Iraqis. The Iraqis are choosing the easiest way to get a country because, you know, we are holding really kind of bad passport and they're choosing countries for they're getting easy visa for it. It was before no visa to come over here.
yeah.
And everyone came here, then they got the visa and the situation as you see here. So, you know, the first thing when the government, the Georgian government, they said we'll come to Iraqi people for studying or tourism or something like this. Everyone went. Like we call it the 19th governor or something because everyone is coming to Georgia. Everyone is going for Georgia. We're going to spend the summer in Georgia. We're going to Georgia. Like everyone considers it as a part of Iraq.
Yeah, but a lot of not just Middle Easterns. Like you might know, a lot of people came here because the visa rules were easier, and it is a beautiful country. And it's not like we don't. It's a wonderful country, but because of it was easier to come here, a lot of people came. But with the new laws, a lot of people started leaving now because it's harder for them to stay here.
But then again, if I would come to go to country, it's not necessarily I'm going to study in that country, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, but basically, what about that how it works is people are coming here just to stay and then start studying.
Yes. Even in the beginning, I was undecided. Definitely, I'm going. Okay. The first time, like I went to the airport, I said, "Oh, it's really beautiful. Why didn't you tell me to come before? I really like it." Then day by day, it became normal for me because it's really quiet and it's hard to find people to communicate with it. But I like it. Yes.
Okay. And so, do you know any other, I don't know, people from EU that would be studying here, or just?
Yeah, I know them. From Slovak, but there are like they are coming mostly for Erasmus,
Okay.
not for like full-time studies.
Yeah, because when I was looking for people, I was at really hard time to
Yeah.
find someone.
But in my faculty, not from EU, it's Caucasiology and Linguistic, Caucasian language linguistic. So there are many of the students from North Caucasus.
Okay.
They are coming for Russian studies, like Russian language studies. And this topic is really good here, professionals really making this program. So Russian language is the language of Caucasus,
Yeah.
like united all the Caucasus. So the people from North Caucasus, they're coming for bachelor and for master also for full time, and they're studying from Caucasiology here.
Okay. So then, I don't know, maybe one of the last questions. I mean, would you recommend your friend to come and study here?
As far as studies, or
Yes, as far as studies go, yeah.
my opinion is probably going to be limited to the school that I'm in.
Well,
And I can't say for the other schools here, but as far as the one I'm at, I'm like, well, I'll have to tell them like, go check out the other universities, see if they had better facilities. I think as far as professors go, they're okay, but as far as facilities, the school I'm at is not really, up to date with much of its classroom. Equipment. And I've heard other universities like University of Georgia has better facilities. So But as far as studying here, I don't see any difference much, but I don't know.
So-
That's my opinion.
so
Like I would recommend like going to maybe a better school inside of Georgia here. But yeah.
What would you recommend someone else to?
If you know what you need to get from the program, and if you really want to study, not to be a student, but to study, yeah, it's a good for maybe medicine because it's popular, and the university try to get more professionals in this area, or Caucasus region studies, which is the best place to study Caucasus inside the Caucasus. But not maybe not the programs of the their popular specialties as in Europe or different part of the world. So maybe specific areas.
What would you recommend?
Okay, it depends on a friend, that's what I'm gonna recommend. Really. Yeah, I think most of my friends there, they would love to come here. Yeah, I would recommend for them for sure, because the program of the study is kind of, it's really good, like I like it. I think my friend they would like to, especially for dentistry, because I'm doing it.
And then a question for you. Do you see Georgia in the future as a country that would attract a lot of foreign students? Or?
First, Georgia University, there are a lot of universities and they try to improve their programs, their facilities, and I think that Georgia can offer good high quality education for foreign students, to foreign students.
And maybe what are the main things that kind of needs to be done in order to achieve that, in your opinion?
For
To
universities
yeah, for
to
uni-
get more students.
Yes, to get more foreign students.
To ease the visa visa permission and what else? Advertisements.
I would think as an international student, I would go for accreditation because that's what matters with the student. Like, is it accredited, accepted in the place that I want to apply to for a career? So that's what a lot of people like me as well. Like when I went there, I'm like, so where is it accredited? Because I'm thinking of also working with this degree, not just getting a piece of paper.
They
So-
can find the right website and the accredited universities listed there, and they can find accredited programs in the international databases as well.
Yeah, so.
And I don't know, or anything else what could be improved? What do you think?
More English interface for the foreign students. Because
Yes.
I would if I would be able to read and write Georgian, I would have a lot of information, but it's lacking because the English medium is really weak. And like I would wait till everything's gone. I would like, yeah, we posted that on the website. Oh, but it's in Georgian. I can't read it,
Yeah.
and you're stuck. And now they're like the website she was talking about that can provide you with the topics and your whole profile for the university. They're still trying to translate it into English, and it's one of what we do. And so English is a
It's
must.
very necessary.
Yeah. And so, did you, I'm not taking any Georgian classes in universities?
I think
Uh,
second semester.
Second semester they'll provide us one, but yeah.
I had Georgian classes, but it doesn't work really good because in TESOL they do not have methodology how to work, like how to teach English as a foreign language. I know that the ministry is working on this issue now, but when I was studying, it wasn't like for me, Georgian guy were teaching Georgian, but he didn't understand that I can't pronounce something. I didn't understand how to do this or this. He taught me as a Georgian for Georgian language, so it's a problem.
Okay, so yeah. So basically, yeah, so language barrier would be
It's
another
Yeah.
thing on the list. Okay.
But the main thing, really the top of it, it's a visa on the resident permit now.
That's definitely the
Yeah.
legal residence is now here's like is the main issue right now. Like how to stay here and be
Mhm.
comfortable that you are legally here. That's
A friend of me, I was studying about 8 months each, he went back home and he came for applying for a visa, they refused him. He finished more than one semester, yes, and they refused him.
And then like he was just.
And he gonna apply again from other country.
my career school is actually now trying to accommodate these situations because people are like well, they had to leave to apply now, and they did and they went and never got back. So they started a different group actually that got delayed like a few months because of this couple of months because of this visa situation. They started late. They're trying to accommodate this situation that happened, and I'm not sure in other schools, but you know it is an issue that everybody's facing.
Yeah.
Everywhere, I think in this also, students from North Caucasus now they need to go back because they do not have any possibility to continue their visas because they are Russian citizens and different stuff because of that.
Yeah. Oh well, so I guess I'm out of questions. So thank you.
Okay, I'm having a question. Why specifically this time for everyone having this visa problem?
Why? Because they changed the law on 1st of September.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
changed because they would like to be more closer to Europe.
Well, that's
yeah.
official
Yeah.
reason.
Are they gonna join the European Union? Yeah.
Otherwise, I think as an international person living in Tbilisi, in Georgia, I think the language and being as a foreigner has its challenges sometimes here.
Of course.
Yeah, so I haven't faced it. Like I travel a bit around the world, and here, like I really felt like I'm a foreigner, and that's an issue. Like we probably, if we can find a way to be able to get to a middle ground and not be treated as a foreigner in so many ways. And I think as the thing that sticks out is like prices differ for a foreigner that's clearly a foreigner than or treatments, like some people will be like more hostile towards you and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Well,
Thank
let
you.
me be.
So basically I will do an article on this and